Well, it's not the first time that we've heard a government spokesperson say it. I remember that during the subsidy period as well, media advisor to the president, Ruben Abati, also said the same thing. So it's not the first. Labaran Maku, Mr. Labaran Maku is not the first person to make that particular statement. But let's take a look at this going back and forth on the National Assembly being the representatives of the people. And you've also pointed out that the president and his vice are possibly the only people elected in the executive arm of government. Now, which one would you say weighs more? Because, you know, it's an instrument that always comes into the... I remember when Senator Ikweremadu was answering, he said that we don't need Labaran Maku to remind us that our resolutions are advisory, and neither do we need to remind him that he's not an elected member of government. So, you know, so it's a back and forth thing, but... How, at some point when it seems that the presidency has its own ideas or the executive arm of government has its own ideas as to how to achieve certain things, and the National Assembly too also has its own ideas, how do they reconcile this? We saw that during the subsidy probe period where the National Assembly through the Senate and the House of Reps had done an investigation into the subsidy scam, and then the executive went about their own as well
through the
Igimokwede one. How were they supposed to have reconciled that?
I think it's just plain respect, simple respect for institutions.
Where does respect come in there?
Respect means that you recognize that these people are elected by the people, and that you too are also elected by the people, and so you come. There's a synergy. You don't depend alone upon your own brilliance or your own intelligence. Now, in an ideal situation, all three arms of government, the horizontal three arms of government, the executive, legislature, and the judiciary, are of equal strength. However, there's an aberration in the Nigerian situation because of the principle of the executive presidency, where you have power concentrated, superpower concentrated in the presidency. It started from the military era and was strengthened more by the IBB regime when he created the office of the presidency. That office of the presidency became all-powerful office and wielded all sorts of power. That is an aberration in the democratic process, and that is what has been causing so many frictions.
What justification would you say the National Assembly has by way of moral precedents or whatever else to ask the executive arm of government to respect their resolutions because they represent the people? Because in the same breath, the people also have several times had reason. I mean, they protested before the National Assembly to perhaps come to a resolution on different matters, which the National Assembly never listened to the people.
Exactly.
And so now they want the executive arm of government to obey them, where in many instances, they don't listen to what the people say.
Now, you have created three levels: the level of the presidency, the level of the executive, the level of the National Assembly, and the level of the people. Now, on these three levels, the people are the strongest views. Now, if the people say something, both the executive and the National Assembly are bound to respect what the people say. But where the people's views are in coincidence, are in consonance with the views of the National Assembly, it behoves on the executive to say, yes, these are the voice of the people. And I think in some of these resolutions, a whole lot of them, especially with regards to the 5,000 naira note and maybe Aruma Ote's case, or maybe the BPE case and the fuel subsidy scam that we all witnessed, I think there was a coincidence of views between the people and the voice of the National Assembly. And to that extent, you can easily say that the resolutions of the National Assembly represented the voice of the people. Now, I am not here saying that I have my issues with regards to the constitution of the National Assembly, both the membership and their ways. But for the time being, de facto speaking, that is by factual situation, they are the representatives of the people. And as far as that goes, they still represent the voice of the people.
But at the moment, resolution is a resolution. A resolution is not a bill, it's not a law.
It's not a bill, it's not a law.
And at the moment, it stands a resolution.
It stands a resolution.
Which is advisory.
Which is advisory. Yes, I agree with you, it's advisory. Yes.